Hello everyone, we are here today at Richmond for race number 10 LRL truck season. Right now we're under qualifying, about 3 minutes left. Luke Pierce is on pole position for now. Other drivers on the track, Aaron Brown in third, Eric Keita fourth, last week's winner Michael Rosero in second, is in second like I said, Logan Lowell in fourth, finishing up his laps. Eric Kelplinger going for his final lap, coming here in 6th place. Wilcox goes up in 4th. Keplinger goes to 6th, improves a little bit. Eric here 7th. Zach McThorne on the racetrack with Faro and out the pits. Luke Faro has not set a lap. Zach's first lap just been set. He's in 8th place, about half a second off of Luke Pierce. He was second fastest in the practice session before this qualifying. See if he can work his way into that top 5 position or better off of turn 4. It's going to put him in a really good position, second, right behind Luke Peters and ahead of Michael Rosero. Michael Rosero slots himself in 3rd. Faro spins out. Should have went. It's 2 minutes left in qualifying. Faro's going to have 1 lap to go faster than 9 drivers. If he can get that, if he wants to go for that pole position, he has to get to a 21.7. His fastest in practice was about 22.2. So let's see if we can go quick with these new tires and maybe a little more rubber on the racetrack qualifying. But he also has not a lot of time to warm up these tires as he only did 1 lap. So it's going to be pretty difficult for him to get inside the top 5. Looked pretty clean that time, but it's going to be 22.3. That's going to put him in 9th place behind Eric Peter ahead of Maximum Block. A minute and 20 seconds left in qualifying. 10 of the 13 drivers so far have set a lap. Keplinger practicing pit run entry, I believe. I'm not sure if you guys 100% need that for tonight's race, but it's always a good thing to practice. A minute left. No one else is on the racetrack. So originally, right now, Luke Peters on pole position. Still looking for his first win of the season. Take a look at the schedule. We had a streak of 8 drivers the regular season that had 8 different winners. Peters was a regular season champion, but he was not one of those 8 winners. Very interesting. He was very consistent. Didn't miss a race, I don't believe. I missed one. But overall, very consistent in the regular season. That regular season championship. Michael Rosero, your first repeat winner. Last week at Chicago, having a crazy green white check in front. Him, Eric Keita, Peters, and a bunch of others. Mark Packers also up there and whatnot. But if we take a look at our standings going into this race, Mike Rosero has a 15-point lead over Hayden Lowell. Peters in 3rd. Still has a good shot. I mean, got pole position. That's going to be some bonus points for him entering tonight's race. So he's already clawed his way up there a little bit. Joseph Madigan not in tonight's race. One of the Chase drivers not in tonight's race, which I believe knocks him out of contention. So 13 drivers ready to grid up here. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back before the green. We're back live here at Richmond, and kind of breaking development. Zachary Thorne does not grid up for the race, and then he just missed the grid. I think he had to do something awesome. But Aaron Brown gets lined to that second place position, so that's very good for Aaron Brown for his chase hopes he missed last week. Also hitting a little good for his chase hopes as he's right behind Mike Rosero. The points he's gonna start right alongside him, so he's gonna get that extra basically position, 2 positions. Basically the whole outside wheel, so that's very good for the outside lane. Be a very interesting race tonight. Third short track of the season. Went to Iowa earlier. Won that race. Bristol. Like Rosero won that one. So 2 different, completely different short tracks. Iowa a lot faster, but similar build to Richmond. It's a lot more banked and faster. Bristol completely different between these two. So Richmond a lot slower version of Iowa. So it should be a fun one here tonight. Let's take a quick look at our weather. Nice 74 degrees. Kind of windy in the south. Track info 4 turns, 0.72 miles between Virginia. So we'll go green here. Helmet off of turn 4.
Important pull for Luke Peters. The momentum has really been with Michael Rosero for a couple races now, and Peters in that championship fight needs to bring that momentum back towards him as we go green in Richmond.
And with a good start, here goes Michael looking the inside 3 wide for the race lead already. The back off into turn 1. Peters goes a little wide. Up the racetrack and use the outside lane for his advantage. Loose off the exit. Peters holds. Oh, wrecking the back. Will Cloud around.
Who's that?
Eric Keeter also around. Oh, big jump.
Wow.
First flipping. Sean Urich around.
Wow. Maxim Labach involved as well. Eric Keeter.
Wow, what just happened right there?
What on earth happened? Zachary Thornton.
Zachary Thornton started the pits,
this will help him.
Lucky.
This will help him. This is super lucky for him because he had some great pace in qualifying.
Was that Heck, it looked like he popped over Hayden Mole's left rear. Possibly a little bit. Will Cloud gets a bit loose, drifts up the racetrack, and
yeah, chases up the racetrack. A little bit of net code, doored the car on his outside a little bit, and that just set everyone off into a chain reaction of events. Stacked up the whole field. He just got loose.
And he just
went into Eric Heater. Heater had nowhere to go there, really.
Yeah, Heater just basically stopped right in the outside wall. Just stops in the safer barrier wall. Maxim Labach, Sean Urich. If Heater doesn't stop there, I think the wreck isn't as bad as it is, but very unfortunate.
Bad.
Heater has to reset. Sean Urich off the pace. He's going to be 1 lap down, though.
Yeah, bad. Bad for some playoff contenders here, as Maxim Labach not in the playoffs. Or no, he is. He's in the playoffs. Maxim Labach involved, Will Cloud involved, and Sean Urich involved. So that's three playoff contenders there now out of contention pretty much in this race.
Have to take a quick look at our standings. Sean Urich was in tie with his 4th actually standing, so he was up there. He's gonna get the wave around right here, so that should help him. But he's already had to use his fast spur early on in this race, and being a short track, you don't want to use it that early, but had to obviously because he was upside down on the back straightaway. But he still can get some fight out of this, and he can still a long way to go, obviously.
Yeah, I somewhat retract my previous statement there about him being out of contention because Urich has been doing extremely great in points. That's why it's such a big surprise that he's involved in that incident. But you know, he's still on the lead lap. He's at the back, and he will have to take it easy due to that fast repair. But anything can happen, and there will likely be another caution at least, not including the stage one. So, and some of his other competitors in the playoffs have damage. So he's in a good position here, actually, if you think about it in terms of points. So he's got some good pace. So he's been very consistent this year. Let's see what he can do.
Cloud electing not to use his fast repair. I mean, he didn't get too badly damaged right there. His right rear a little caved in, but it's not the severity that you'd see at like a 1.5 mile track. But Richmond, it doesn't really matter too much. Just going this time, Peters chooses the top side, Aaron second place on the bottom. Michael, championship leader right now. The outside is full side. So restarting here on lap 6. So about 26 laps until the stage. And lap 32 Heater off the pit lane, 3 laps down. Maybe 4 laps down this time by, I think. But you should be able to get 2 of those laps back in the stage, and you'll probably most likely see in the caution. But here we go. They're restacking back up, and pace cars off. Green flag. Away we go. Peters with a great start.
Yeah. Peters with a great start. Michael with a good start as well. Not such a bad start for Aaron, considering he's on the inside and would struggle to see Peters on his outside. But the advantage is really going to go to Michael here, especially on lap 1. That outside momentum in turn 1 and 2. Big stack up further in the field. Keplinger involved in that. I believe the 41 of Brandon Wind also involved in that stack up. Michael Rosero and Aaron Brown still fighting side by side out of turn 2 and now into turn 4. Oh, Michael just up into the wall a little bit, but really arcing it in there, aiming for a good exit off of turn 2, which should clear him from Aaron. Can he do it? Aaron just into the wall. Aaron loose, but Michael will clear him for that second place.
Big battles back here in this about 7th to 10th range. Wilcox making his way up there up to 7th now. He missed last week at Chicagoland. But he's got to try to rebound in the points right there. Keplinger playing hard on the outside. Dr. Doran, who's starting the pit lane right behind the top car. Eric Keeter were behind them also.
Tadasen is your often lap car.
Contact.
Oh, contact. That's the back into the wall.
Exactly.
That's going to be a big hit. Or I'm not sure what happened. Yeah, it looks like he just got tight off the corner.
Yeah, these cars, these trucks, I should say, are pretty loose off the exit, but also kind of tight off of turn 2. Turn 2 really gets tight off the exit with that safer barrier right there on the outside. As I see Aaron Brown tag it, maybe not into the wall a little bit there.
Oh, one more car into the wall. That's Will Cloud, I believe. Yeah, Will Cloud going slowly now down the bottom of the track. He lost a lot of momentum there because of that. That's going to allow Zachary Thornton to get to his outside here and maybe make the pass. Or no, that is Eric Keeter, the lap car, attempting to unlap himself from that 48 of Will Cloud, but won't be successful on this occasion quite yet. Eric Keplinger importantly getting up into 7th, so now he can chase down the 41 of Brandon Wind, who he seems to be faster than. Keplinger is saying he's been struggling out of turn 2 a little bit, but now the door opens up. Can he make it move down the inside?
Fighting on the outside right now, entering between 1 and 2. The outside lane seems probably the preferred lane when you're side by side with someone, but the inside definitely the fastest way around the racetrack. Right now, the outside, it's the outside wall.
Oh, wow.
Slow him down. Keplinger's got to clear him right there.
Yeah, a bit bold there to try and go back when he was already cleared by Keplinger, but he paid the price. He got too tight. He pushed too hard. But now Keplinger is crucially up in that 6th place and can chase after Luke Lafaro. His aim going into this race was a top 5, just keeping it consistent in the points, trying to aim for a good points position.
Michael is closing on Luke Peters, our race leader.
Yeah, hanging right with him here. Peters is going to be under some pressure, and these two have been, championship rivals for most of this season, and some rivals in general in LRL. So this is going to be really interesting here. Peters really needing to turn this momentum down, or this momentum around, if he wants to fight for this championship properly and dethrone Michael Rosero. Remember last season in Street Stocks when they went, completely toe-to-toe for that championship, and Peters just in the last race lost out to him. But Peters will be really, really wanting to rebound here. One car up into the wall, and that's Aaron Brown that tagged the wall pretty hard on his own, and looks like they let Hayden Lowell through to 3rd place. Hayden Lowell just quietly moving up through the field here, saving his tires, saving his stuff, and now he's got ahead of Aaron, but Aaron puts the bumper to Hayden Lowell. Hayden Lowell will slide up the racetrack. Can Aaron capitalize on that? Doesn't look like he will for now. Hayden will keep that position, but Aaron needs to just back it down a little bit because this is a trend I see with him. Sometimes he gets a bit too excited in these races and he starts hitting the wall and making mistakes, so he definitely needs to cut down on that. So Luke Lafaro, always someone who manages his stuff, now catching up with him after starting 9th, already up to 5th. He's had some really awesome drives through the field this season, not to mention his win, where I believe he won from last at the starting grid. So he can move up, and this is showing what he can do now.
Lafaro has some really good race pace, and probably have to work on his qualifying pace a little bit, but he's kind of using a different line than these drivers, kind of arcing it down, starting from the top, going to the bottom, trying to exit. He got a good run here, right there. Didn't pay attention to the front match. Off of turn 4, that's the guy Caruso zone. Far within, Carlin trying to get that extra bonus point for that stage. He's going to go to the top side again, like I said. But working very well for this 54 mission.
Yeah, it's working well. He's always someone who tends to experiment with his lines, and looks like Aaron's just a little bit tight off the corner, and this will allow Luke Lafaro down the inside, but Aaron keeping that momentum well in that middle lane and will arc out in front of him. It's just he allows these little openings for Luke Lafaro by just getting tight off of turn 2, and it appears a lot of drivers are struggling with that. Luke Lafaro just going wide here, trying to get that exit up off the corner, and you can see he pulls away from Keplinger behind, who is starting to catch him now, and in this battle for the top 5 place, which he wants to be. So this could be a very interesting battle here from around 4th to 6th.
back up to the lead. Michael kind of lost Peters for a bit there, but now it's closed back the gap in the car length. He's going to kind of use the bar line right there. We saw him go to the top a little bit off the turn 1. Exit, not good enough though.
Yeah, it's just when you're that car behind, you get kind of tight because of being right behind them. You need to try those little different lines, see if you can make any sort of ground on them. And Michael is just, looks like he's able to square the car off on the exit of the corner a little better than Peters can. He's just more comfortable. You see Peters just get that slightly bit tight off the corner, and Michael's just able to get that exit speed and just get it straight off. So better tire wear for him, just looks more comfortable right now.
Laps into this race, about 12 more till the stage break. Luke Farrell and Brown continuing the battle for a 4th place position. Kelpling closing the gap on these drivers, about quicker last time by. Will Cloud also behind him, quicker the drivers ahead of him. Kelpling.
Yeah, Hayden Lowell kind of in no man's land right now, but I bet he's saving his tires. And he's going to go on a real push in the second half of this race because, admittedly, he has had to close a lot of ground to these guys, so he may not have the tire performance to get with these top 2. But I have to say, he's probably a top 3 car at least right now. So, started 6th, up to 3rd. Could really make a charge for that in the second half of this race after the stage. Or if these front two start really battling and going side by side. And Peters has just enough to hold him off right now, but with Michael looming really, really close, will he be able to hold him off till the end of this stage?
All this last week, Chicago and Peters kind of battling with each other, and that allowed 3rd place to get back up to the battle with them. Let's see if that happens here at Richmond. 10 laps to go to the stage. The leaders are still battling, the car is still right behind in front. Eric Kelpling closing the gap even more and more.
Yeah, it's a close battle between these guys. Aaron just holding on in front of LaFaro, and Aaron, with that good qualifying pace, just doesn't seem to quite have enough race pace as the guys behind him. As Luke LaFaro actually does get a bit tight off the corner and maybe make some contact with the wall. So looks like Luke LaFaro's tires are starting to die out. So he's going to have to really just stay consistent as Aaron taps the wall just off the corner. Luke LaFaro needs to stay consistent, size him up, and try and make the pass at the end of the stage. Still anyone's race for that 4th place. It's anyone's race for the lead as it's still close out front. Peters with just a little bit more of a gap than he would have. Oh, wow, what happened?
Aaron got very tight off the exit. Here comes
wow.
Here comes Keplinger, 3 wide.
3 wide for that 4th place. Here comes Keplinger down the inside. Will he get all 3 of them? Aaron with the momentum on the high side. Luke LaFaro will not be able to stick it through the middle here, so he just falls in behind Keplinger and tries to follow him through. Keplinger with the nose ahead, inching ahead off of turn 2. Aaron won't be able to clear him as he gets tight and loose off the corner at the same time, and this allows LaFaro to get through with better traction and a better straight line speed off the corner.
What a move by Eric Kelplinger. Up to 4th place. Wow, that was very, very impressive right there.
Aaron just getting out of shape a little bit, offered an opening to these guys, and oh, caution is out.
Zachary Thorne slow down the back straightaway. Must have spun off the exit of turn 2 possibly onto the outside wall. Oh no, him and Sean Yerrick made contact.
Oh, wow.
Zach locked it down. Caution comes out.
Oh, it looks like Sean Yerrick just got tight off the corner and just hit the wall, and Zachary Thornton went right into the back of him, couldn't avoid him, and then that just makes it so that he spins down the back straightaway.
This could be interesting here. I don't think we'll go back green.
For the stage, yeah.
Not sure exactly.
How many laps to go before it?
About 4, so I'm not sure it's going to be a 1-lap shootout or end, but how it plays out. The lane's still closed. They're getting his new wave around, so
everyone ducks in, apart from Eric Keplinger.
Okay.
Was it open?
Plays out.
Oh, yeah. Wow. If it wasn't open, then that's really bad for these top 3.
I don't know.
Eric Keplinger stays out.
My screen, it looks, the lights were red, but I'm not sure if that's exactly how it was. But
Eric Keplinger stays out, so that means he may be able to get the stage win.
Aaron Brown also staying
doesn't
out.
Go green.
Sean Yerrick staying out. So we'll see how it is out right here. Because if it's a 1-lap shootout, which I think it could be possibly, but the 1-lap shootout, these guys staying out gambling, because I'm guessing these guys are pitting right here and not going to pit again after the stage. Peters gets stuck off a pit lane, hit him full 3rd, Caro 4th off a pit. Zachary Thorne damage will obviously. About 20-second pit stop there and gets going off the exit.
Why don't we bring Eric Keplinger, the current race leader, up into the booth for an interview here?
Oh, Eric, you got a copy?
I have a copy.
So you're staying out here with a little bit of bold strategy right here. What's your game plan for this stage?
Well, the stage is end of 32, if I remember correctly, so I'm pretty sure I'll be the stage winner here.
I'm not sure if it's gonna be one lap shootout or not, but how do you think the tires are
It's
handling
in pacing right
now?
now, so I should be the stage winner.
Yeah. So how do you think the tires are gonna handle after you guys go back green right here? Had about 50 laps on these tires, haven't hit at all. I think they're gonna hold up.
I mean, everybody else pitted pretty much, so me, Aaron, and Sean stayed out. Obviously, I'm going to be at a huge disadvantage. I just try to save my tires the entire time. I'll probably see a yellow later in the race, so I'll be up a set, but I'm just here for the stage points. Just trying to save my tires the entire race and hope for a top 5 finish here.
Oh.
And this is the stage caution here. Yeah, because we're going to hit 32 with Chitty Green right now.
So yeah, looks like you're going to be the stage winner here, Eric Keplinger.
I just like to thank my sponsors. Okay, top of it. So, and all it took for me to win a stage, right, is to get my 4 wisdom teeth pulled, right? So that means I can win a race if I get even more teeth pulled from my body, all right?
I'd say just go let's go with the entrance for the rest of our life. It'll mean you win every LRL race.
Your wisdom is now gone. So
oh, so Eric Keplinger is going to drive like an inexperienced driver now?
Yeah. Like that
Wow.
Well, if that's what it takes to win races on GoPro, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay there, boys.
We'll let you go, Eric. So congrats on the stage win. Good luck for the rest of this race.
Thank you.
So he's gonna get the stage win after that 3 wide move. Kind of set him up because if he didn't go 3 wide right there by Aaron Brown. Aaron Brown stayed out in that caution, so I think if Aaron would have won the stage, he would have stayed out.
Well, I don't think he got the stage points because he pit before the stage. He regretted his decision. He regretted his decision and then
is going to be
decided
Eric
against
Keplinger, Sean Urich, Luke Peters, Michael Rosero, and Colonel Finn. Obviously.
So that loses.
Obviously, it's going to be based off. What happened? Base car is off?
Yeah. All right, remember these top 2 are on old tires. Green flag in the air. Big shove from Luke Peters there as Michael tries to take a 3. Nearly 5 wide entering turn 1, still 3 wide for the race lead as Peters will take Keplinger around the outside, so will Michael. And now here comes, who is that?
Luke Farrell, 3 wide on the inside.
Aiden Lowell up to 3rd now. Great restart from him. Great restart from the top 2 as they still battle off of turn 4. Luke Peters will lead the first lap of the restart, with Michael Rosero following him closely in 2nd. Hayden Lowell with that tire-saving prowess.
Will Cloud
spinning around.
He saves it. We keep it green.
No caution. Unbelievable save there from Will Cloud. I wonder what happened. Probably just the racing contact, and not the first time he's been involved in an incident this race.
Look, no, he just kind of got a little bit too deep in turn 1 and got sideways. We'll go back to battle for the race lead.
That call for old tires does not seem to be paying off for Keplinger at the moment, as he's already down to 6th place, with Zachary Thornton and Brandon Wynn bearing down on him. So this is really not paying off so far. Of course, the stage points are nice, but he may end up giving up a top 5 finish unless we get another caution here.
If he does get a caution, he'll hit under green for fuel, most likely. He may even go lap down before that even happens.
Yeah, it's not good pace. He's already 2.5 seconds off the leaders, so that's it's not great pace at this moment. Luke Peters stretching out just a little bit of the lead. He's not under pressure from Michael Rosero. It's a pretty even gap between the top 3. With back into 4th, it's a kind of a battle there between Luke Lafaro, Aaron Brown, Zachary Thornton. Or no, Zachary Thornton is a little bit further back, but it's just these 2. There's Aaron on the inside, Luke Lafaro on the outside. Looks like he's going to get a good run off the corner, as he does. Into turn 3, Luke Lafaro just ahead, but Aaron dives it into the corner. Can he pull the slide job on not Michael Rosero, but Luke Lafaro? And he can. What a move for him, Aaron Brown. But Luke Lafaro is going to be following him right behind and try and go in that 3rd lane. Get that run off the corner. There's 1 car around. Who is that?
Zachary Thornton around. Caution's out. And that's exactly what Eric Keeter needed.
He made contact with Sean Urich.
Sean Urich also needed that, and Eric Keplinger. Those 2 drivers good, I think.
Wow.
While he was gassing up, he got a little sideways. So
Zachary Thornton just Yeah, he just hit the wall and then just completely overcorrected down the front straightaway. I mean, I don't think you overcorrect that that bad unintentionally, to be fair. I think once he hit the wall, he's figured, I'll make a show of it.
Yeah, I mean, I have to look at the cockpit. Oh, crazy. We'll look into it. Yeah, I think he just, once he hit the wall and got sideways,
kind of decided, I'll put a show on for the fans, you know. I'll do my post-race donuts early.
yeah, kind of Austin Dillon was going backwards in the pit lane.
But this really helpful for Eric Keplinger, because now he'll be able to get fresh tires, and he'll actually have fresher tires than the people in front of him. So he'll have an pace advantage for the rest of this race.
And one car we have not talked about, Eric Keeter, back into the lead lap. He was running in that 5th or 6th place position before the caution came out. He's been really quick during this race, and he's kind of stuck in traffic in the back, being a lap car. But I mean, worked his way through the field a few times, so he's gonna restart here in 7th place before the choose come. We'll see where he chooses, obviously. See how that plays out.
Yeah, and he will have he'll be able to fight now because he won't have to be cautious because he's a lap car. So now he can really fight with people.
Yeah, he also
so let's see what Eric here can do.
He also has already used his fast super. So Aaron Brown has used his fast super. Also, Maximum LeBach, Zach under fast super bar. See how these guys race each other. Aaron Brown saw how he was racing Luke Lafaro. They were battling really hard right there. Lafaro, they went 3 wide, helping earlier in the race, so they're pretty aggressive. But I think with not having the fast super left, they'll probably be a little bit less aggressive. But coming up to halfway around the race, maybe kind of like maybe a little bit less give and take, but also you still have a long race. So kind of a whoever you like, I guess, race aggressive.
Important to note is Luke was a bit more comfortable compared to Michael Rosero than he was in the first stint. He was, establishing a lead for himself. Michael couldn't really do anything about it at that point. So let's see on this restart here who will be the strongest between those two, and can Hayden Lowell get involved, because he's had very good long run pace, but his short run pace good enough to keep up with these guys enough for his long run pace to take into effect.
Save the tires, but maybe if you have a long green flag run here, Peters chooses the top side, Michael on the bottom, Hayden on the top. So kind of just opposite of where they would be if it was regular iRacing. But seems like the top is kind of the preferred lane.
Yeah, I'd argue that as well,
At least
especially on a
being
restart.
side by side. I don't know about fastest, but it's definitely the preferred lane being side by side with each other.
Yeah, I'd say on your own. I'd say on your own, it's probably the bottom is where you want to be, or at least about a half a lane up at most. So I'd say that the top side, when you're side by side, though, is extremely powerful if you can maintain the momentum well.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of aggressive moves into turn 1 on these restarts, 3, 4, even 5 wide at one point last restart. So we'll see what happens here. Pace car is off. Aaron kind of hanging back a little bit more on the inside than Michael. Not a good start for Aaron Brown, but the top 3, pretty good start for them as a 3 wide already jostling back. Will Cloud, here comes Hayden Lowell to the inside of Michael Rosero.
3 wide in the back. But here comes Michael Rosero on the outside. Hayden Lowell trying to get down the inside of him, but Michael will have just enough momentum. Back on the restart, Aaron Brown maintaining that 4th place. Will Cloud up from 7th to 5th in this restart here. So good restart by Will Cloud, making up for some of those incidents before. And Brandon Wind with another good one as well. Not the restart Luke Lafaro necessarily would have wanted. They're dropping back a little bit. And Brandon Wind just keeping on his outside. Can Luke Lafaro stay side by side? They make contact off the corner. That's going to lose Luke Lafaro corner. Or it's going to lose Luke Lafaro speed. And here comes Eric Heater through the middle. 3 wide off of turn 4. Can Heater get it done here? Just in front of that 41 of Brandon Wind. Peter with a great move to the inside there is gonna really clear him, get the good exit off the corner. So that'll be him up into in 6th place already.
Aaron Brown closing the gap on Hayden Lowell. Aaron's has some good short run speed, but his long run speed kind of not the greatest, and I think that's one thing Aaron Brown could work on. Definitely the long run speed would be probably priority number 1. Well, I mean, if he had kind of a short run, probably like a 10-15 lap run, Aaron Brown's definitely a watch. As a 3 wide again in the back.
There was a lot of contact. There was a lot of contact in that battle. Keplinger, I know, for one, was into the wall. Sean Urich, it's just a gaggle of cars. It's impossible to tell what's happening. With the 54 just straight out onto the front stretch ahead of this battle. And Brandon Wynn just keeping on his outside. 3 wide again. Looks like Zachary Thornton's going to go down the inside. Oh, around goes Luke LaFaro. Looks like
Caution's
just a case of caution is out. Yeah, it just looked like a lot of cars in one space, though. Zachary Thornton just stuck it right down the inside there. And did it benefit him? Let's see.
It's like the Faro's car just kind of popped like it's a rabbit. So obviously they could involve there, but door-to-door contact sending around Faro into the outside wall. He has not used his fast repair. I mean, I don't think that ranks enough to use a fast repair personally with how many laps we have to go. But man, these drivers in the back are racing very hard for every spot. I mean, it's hard to pass here at Richmond. We've seen drivers start quick like Keplinger, Zach, LaFaro. I'm in the back right here, 7th to 10th, 11th-ish place, and it's just hard to pass.
Interesting with the pit road here. Luke Peters comes in to put on fresh tires. So does Hayden Lowell, and Michael Rosero stays out. So Michael Rosero probably been the 2nd best car of this race. Luke Peters, I'd say, has been slightly superior, doing to be able to hold on to the lead for those few restarts. And Hayden Lowell's been struggling a bit in the short run. I think he was really getting pressured by Aaron there, and even when he got out into into 3rd place in that first stint, he wasn't really able to close the gap to the top 2. So this will be useful for him to get those fresh tires on. He'll be able to make them last. We know that for sure. He thinks very consciously about his tire management, which a lot of drivers don't do. They just kind of drive and go fast. Hayden really thinks about that tire management. So it should be interesting here, and these guys cannot pit, so they're stuck with this track position, and if they pit now, they'll gain nothing.
Peters with a blistering stop at 13.9. Man, that was a fast pit stop for Luke Peters.
Luke Peters, where does he come out in?
8th place right there, behind Maxwell LeBach and Eric Kepling.
He'll have a fair few cars to clear, but this is Michael's opportunity here. If he can just keep his head down at the front of the field, work on building that lead from Aaron, and we know Michael has superior long-run speed to Aaron and the cars behind him, so he will be able to extend that lead most likely. Just got to keep a cool head and just drive your own race, because these guys are going to have to come through the field. Yes, they'll have great pace, but they'll have to come through the field, and they won't necessarily have the pace once they get to you. So important for Michael to just, as I said, just drive his own race, be smooth, and hit your marks.
Yeah, I don't think we've really seen a driver drive from like 8th to probably a top 3. I mean, it's been very difficult to get around drivers and just going this time. But I think track position's kind of more important than those tires right there. Michael and Aaron's been about 20 lap old tires. Will Cloud 12. About the same. But everyone else kind of mid teens. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know if the tires are worth it, but we'll see how it plays out here. 40 laps to go.
I think when you were in Keplinger's position on the stage restart, track position didn't mean that much because the guys were still right behind you, and they can just drive right around you on the restart. When you have that gap through the field, and when you have clean air like Michael, and these guys are way back in the pack, that's when it actually starts to become an advantage from you.
We'll see how it comes out here as Michael there with a good restart. Aaron Brown behind him on the inside.
Yeah, Will Cloud, these guys have been really wanting this track position. That's 2nd through 4th. This is their big break, and they want it. But Will Cloud loose off the corner. Zachary Thornton almost gets to his inside fully, but Zach's going to send it down to the inside. Will not giving up yet. Peter's already up to 5th, so really great restart by him.
He made a good three-wide move into turn 1. That really helped him get up to his top 5 position. He's going to work on the inside of Will Cloud now.
That actively really helps his race because he will only have to clear a few more cars here in real time. Hayden Lowell kind of getting choked up behind between the battle between Luke LaFaro and Sean Urich. So they're too wide right in front of him.
Again!
Oh, wow! Oh, Hayden into the wall! Hayden into the wall, and I don't know if he's used his fast repair or not. His engine is completely destroyed.
He has not used his fast repair, so wow, that was a hard hit for Hayden Lowe right into the wall right there. As him, Sean Urich, Neko looks like again. A lot of Neko.
I thought Hayden may have gotten to the back of him, but wasn't quite close enough to do that. So, wow.
Yeah,
More contact for Luke.
Right there. Yeah, Luke Cafaro's been involved in a lot of incidents so far, but
it's been pretty unlucky for him. I mean, he was nowhere near him.
We've seen a lot of Neko today, to be honest. He went through Hayden Lowe after that's just very unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate because none of that incident should have happened, really.
We've seen a lot of cars kind of like just jumping over each other. I think every wreck has honestly been caused by like a door-to-door contact in real life doesn't jump your car up in the air and lose control of your car, obviously.
And what makes it so much worse is you have to be aggressive because it's extremely difficult to pass when you don't have an advantage. So these guys have to race hard to get those positions early when you're still close together and everyone's on cold tires and there's a bit more of a variable thrown in there. So also very good for Peters to be up to 4th. And now if I'm Michael, I start to have to really worry because there's a long way to go in this race. And if you pit again, you may not have the tire advantage of these guys, but you will definitely lose the track position. So I think Peters has put himself in a really, really good position here. This is impressive stuff from Peters so far. And Heater himself is also, he's been okay. He's been very quiet in these last few restarts, trying to avoid that chaos, and he's done a good job of it. Now, I think once you start getting later into the race, maybe in 15, 20 laps, if there's another restart, I think it's when you're going to see a more aggressive Heater, and he's going to have to really start making moves if he wants to go for those top few spots, or at least a top 5. So.
Yeah, so far we've had 5 cautions for about coming up to 20 laps. 3 different lead changes, 34 laps to go. So, not a lot of lead changes so far. I mean, Mike Rosero, Luke Peters have been basically the dominant cars all race long. Peters going to restart 4th place. You see how the choose goes. Michael chooses inside. Very interesting for Mike Rosero. And Peters going to choose the outside lane. So, very interesting choice for the 23 machine.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I would have done that if I was in his position there. I think I'd want to choose the outside so I can get a jump on the rest of the field and then just be clear into turn 1, unless he wanted a car between him and Peters on that outside lane, so that Peters won't be able to anticipate the restart as well, and he'll be a little bit more boxed in. So that may be maybe some strategy there for Michael Rosero and some forward thinking, or in this case, rearward thinking.
I think if Michael would have chosen top, Aaron would have chosen bottom, Zach would have chosen top, and Peters would have chosen top. I don't know, but I mean, he does have older tires, so maybe he wants to choose the inside lane just to have more rubber on the inside with these tires. But Zach giving them a shove. Michael, contact!
Wow, what? What on earth happened there? It looks like some guys behind him were trying to jump the restart there almost and get them the advantage, but kind of screwed Michael and Aaron over there.
And here comes Heater through the middle.
Heater through the middle. What a move to get up into that 3rd place. Peters fighting on his outside. Can Keplinger Heater get up to 2nd? He'll just try and slide job it to the inside of Zachary Thornton here. Can he clear him off the corner? They're still side by side up the corner. Aaron with good momentum on that outside line. Can Peters look to the inside 3 wide? I don't think so. And it's going to be really, really important for Heater to stay in 2nd here because he can hold up Peters behind. That's basically a guaranteed 2nd place for him, and that helps Michael in front. Still side by side for that 3rd place. Aaron on that outside lane, Peters on that inside lane, but Peters will just clear him. Nearly contact off the exit, and aggressive move from Peters to just get himself into. It's Aaron.
Go Cloud, Aaron around.
I think Aaron got up into the wall there after Peters made kind of an aggressive move to clear off the corner.
There was 2 different wrecks right there. Aaron was wrecking, and Hayden Lowe and Will Cloud behind were wrecking. Not sure if those drivers made contact with each other.
Hold on, let's.
Will Cloud hits the outside wall. That sends Hayden around. Aaron Brown and Hayden Lowe were wrecking. Also, he got loose and hit the walls.
So yeah, Peters was just getting clear of Aaron there, and Aaron just hit the wall and just could not save it. And then what happened to Hayden again?
I think him and Will Cloud made contact. Will Cloud hit the outside wall and that bounced into
just went down.
Yeah. Unfortunate
incident.
No severe damage, I don't think, from these drivers, but tires definitely not gonna look too good on those drivers right there.
Yeah.
But what about Eric Keeter? Up to second place. We've seen this before. Eric Keeter, Michael Rosero, 1-2. Could be interesting these last 30 laps.
This whole top three. I mean, that's an old rivalry right there. I mean, especially Heater and Michael. They've had some. I mean, they've had some. Yeah, that's true. They've had some heated moments as competitors. Even just all these top three, but especially Heater and Michael. So, yeah, Heater and Michael. So this is gonna be interesting. Arguably, top three drivers in LRL currently in the top three. I think hard to debate that.
Well, God, let's use. Very interesting because I didn't think it had a ton of damage.
Yeah, it's a big hit to the outside of the truck though. That was a pretty big hit.
About 24 laps ago when we would go back to me. Reasonable to use the password. There's been a lot of wrecks since the first wrecks.
Yeah, that was an electric restart from Heater through the middle to get up to that second position. That was awesome. That was classic Heater.
One thing we're not talking about, these guys have about 20 lap fresher tires than Mike Rosero. Mike Rosero
Heater
pitted 35 laps ago, yeah. Heater pitted 14 laps ago. Michael pitted on this right before during the state. Heater pitted caution, right cautions.
So yeah, it's kind of stepped in terms of the tire life between these three. So Michael has the least fresh tires, Heater has the second freshest tires, and then Peters has the freshest tires.
There
correct?
Has been a lot of caution during those laps for Michael. Not all 35 laps, but black laps. So I think maybe like 10 of them are green black laps, but a lot of cautions since this. Michael's choosing bottom, so. Again, choosing the bottom side. I think it's because he wants that rubber on the bottom. I think it's a lot easier to launch on the side. We saw it last time. He went a little bit later. It kind of stacked up the field. Now stacking up the field a lot against the time.
But yeah, the problem is that Michael or Peters is right behind Michael right now. So if he anticipates this restart, well, he'll be up and straight up into second. So, but then again, Michael's in a poor position right here. Yeah, he's in a poor position here because he has to worry about from all angles. It's not like Heater is on the same oldness of tires as he is. He still has freshy tires, so he's going to have people climbing all over the back of him here. He's going to have to bring out those defensive skills. Let's see what he can do on this restart. Green flag and a great restart by Michael.
Heater just curling back. He's going to look to the inside.
He's going to go to the inside. Michael has to defend. Looks like Aaron or Zach looking high on Luke Peters there. Peters. Oh wow! LeBach, another caution.
Oh, Brandon Wind.
Oh, Brandon Wind involved. Brandon Wind, I believe, was
out.
Yeah, Brandon Wind and Maxim LeBach, both playoff contenders. So yet again, another wreck involving these guys. What has happened? And probably a lot of drivers at the front not happy with a lot of these cautions. And Hiddenwall actually gains from that a little bit, gets back up to the 9th. But
looks like
yeah.
Sean Urich, Maxim LeBach maybe picked up a little bit. Maybe on exit, as Will Cloud was running. Sean Urich just kind of trying to attack.
Yeah, they were 3 wide. It looks like just a little bit of a checkup with Will Cloud on the inside, trying to stay off of Alfaro, and then just no one could react for that. And it's just an unfortunate incident. Again, it's almost super speedway-esque the way these wrecks are happening. It's these big stack-ups.
Very crazy research.
It's not just like these separate incidents where, one person, gets tight, moves up into the other person, or vice versa. It's just, it's very super speedway pack-type wrecks. And as they say, cautions breed cautions, and these sorts of wrecks are what cautions breed, so.
Definitely an example tonight of cautions. We had a pretty good long green flag run for a while. Obviously the first lap, but then after that we had a green flag run. Had cautions. Guys can calm each other down a little bit, and this goes with the past. Haven't used one. Mike Rosero, there's Eric Kepley. That's it. 3 drivers.
Wow. That is just unbelievable. It's been a wreck fest, but if we're being brutally honest, it's been a wreck fest, but it's kind of been the best type of wreck fest, where it's unpredictable and interesting, with lots of movement on the restarts and some great moves.
It's been a fun race. I mean, obviously a little bit more cautions than we probably wanted, but I mean, it's been a fun race overall. I mean, there's been some good battles. It's hard to pass, which sometimes lead to good racing.
I think in this case it leads to good racing because they're having to really fight for their positions, and it leads to a lot of really hard racing and drivers giving it their all and having to make moves early. So I think it's good.
Laps ago, I think we're gonna restart 20 laps ago. Leave choose this time by looks like it is because he was kind of backing off.
Now, what does Michael do
Michael
in
goes
this situation?
top, bottom. Oh, he was bottom.
Yeah. Wow, actually, I was not expecting that one. I feel like that's kind of a disadvantage now for Peters.
I think
now
Peters,
you have Zachary Thornton on your outside.
I don't think Peters expected Michael to choose top. I'm gonna be honest, because Peters been choosing basically the opposite. He's got
surely he had time to react.
I mean,
if I had to choose, I'd follow the leader instead of following second place, who has to react to a car on his outside.
But maybe he doesn't want the old tires on the top. He wants to follow the guy with the newer tires on the but
maybe.
At this rate, I think the tires are pretty even. How many base ups back to back? Here we go.
Who will it be? Great start by Michael, but he got a great shove by Zachary Thornton. That was perfectly executed by him. Props to that 35 truck. He gave Michael a great restart, and he may get snatched third off of Peters here, even though Peters is on fresher tires. Just more contact with the wall a little bit for Zachary Thornton, it looked like. Can Peters clear him? Yes, he can, but another stack up. Keplinger involved. Keplinger hard into the wall there.
This is playing right into the hands of Mike Rosero.
Yeah, this is actually really playing into his hands here. There's still 20 laps to go, though, but Keplinger, what a disaster. Was aiming for a top 5, was in that top 5 position, has had all right pace, but that's just all him way down to the back of the field.
The nose of Arno down.
It looked like Lafaro kind of sent it too deep to me. It looks like he was going to miss the corner and not be able to stick to that bottom there. So I don't blame Keplinger for doing what he did there. Could have given a little bit more space, but I think Lufaro went in too deep, and I think he would have hit him anyways.
Lufaro locked up as soon as he saw Keplinger down.
No, obviously not. It's just this is kind of the more type of incidents I was expecting, though. Like over this race, it's been less. That was not really a super speedway type of wreck. That was just more of a its own incident. So. Yeah, these guys are, I think, calming it down just a little bit because they're having more typical incidents and not racing like it's a pack race. But yeah.
Now, Aaron Brown out, Maximum Luck.
Bad news for a championship playoff driver.
I don't think they had enough, but he must have been involved in that. They've got collected. Positively raced in. Now, one driver. As your first lap, and that's our nice leader, Mike Rosero, who's not had a single wreck this race. And I probably just jinxed him right there, but
yeah, I think that might be a bit of commentator's curse. Hopefully not. We want to see a good battle to the end here.
I mean, Michael's been getting some good restarts. We saw last time was probably the best restart of the night. I was on the outside. Right, the outside. And
yeah, and once again, it's interesting because, I mean, now you have Will Cloud up there in 4th. Luke Peters actually really lost out in that restart there. He's down to 6th.
Not sure exactly.
That is what Peters did not need. He lost out. He actually had to pit. He had to come into the pits. What happened to him? Did he not fuel the truck up all the way?
Maybe he's trying a little strategy here, kind of new tires. I mean,
going for newer tires.
14.2 second pit stop right there.
Yeah, and actually, he'll only come out in 5th, so that's not actually bad. He'll only lose 2 spots, and he may actually have a bit fresher tires. However, we still have 15 to go. If there's another caution, that he'll probably be thinking that's kind of a missed opportunity in case these guys in front of him pit, in which case they'll have better tires. So.
Just going to spam by. I think exactly going to disconnect, lost connection. He was ranked 3rd place.
Another contender.
But not playoff contender. Let's take a quick look at our points right now. Michael Rosero in the points lead. Eric here not chase drivers. Michael chooses top, and here chooses top. Will Cloud now in the front row. He's looking to get some points back from Michael, and he's trying to work up there. Peters probably not where he wanted to be in 6th place, but
Peters has got pace though.
there's only gonna be 8 drivers. They restart this race. Lost 3 drivers last caution.
Remember, Luke Peters has been lightning quick on those restarts. He knows exactly where to place his car to benefit. So
new tires.
Yeah.
Very good back ones.
Luke Peters needed to
also putting new tires and focusing on both the tires for Will Clouds.
Yeah, Luke Peters needing to gain some points back here. This will be an opportunity for him to do it. Will Cloud in 2nd place. Michael Rosero leading them to the green, and the green flag does wave as Michael Rosero gets a great restart once more.
Peter, very interesting choice for him. He chooses behind the leader to allow him.
Wow, what a move to try and clear that 48 there. And that's going to allow Peters to go to his outside. Wow!
Very loose.
Ballsy
all
move
the
there.
Time right there. Oh, contact
Oh,
again.
there's more contact.
Kaplan
Yeah, there was actually contact off the corner as Peters just stuck his nose to the outside. They actually made contact, but he benefited from it. That was a ballsy move. Door banging off of turn 2.
With less cars, trucks, I should say. There could be less cautions here. We could see no green to the end unless the drivers in back. So battling. It's mostly single battle. Here comes Peters looking to the inside. Eric here. Mike
already.
Rosero. Well, a half-second lead over these 2 drivers, and Peters knows the tail. Eric Keeter.
Yeah, only one goal for Michael right now. Run. Run as fast as you can. These guys behind are battling, and that's exactly what he's going to want to see in his mirrors. But Luke Peters, keep in mind, with those fresher tires, he's going to have a really big advantage over Heater here. Heater just holding down that middle lane, not giving Peters an easy way through. Peters just edging in front as they get into turns 1 and 2. He's on the preferred line, most likely. If you can clear him just off the corner there, he will clear him. There's a big battle behind between, I believe, Keplinger and Urich. It looked like they were going to make contact almost off of turn 2, and this is the battle for 6th. Or for 5th, actually, I should say. Hayden Lowell back up to 4th, now bearing down on Heater, so that's a really great recovery for Hayden.
He also has about the same lap.
Oh, wow! Hayden had to back out of that, otherwise there was going to be a crash. Hayden knew what Keplinger, or Heater was about to do, I should say. And that was a smart move to back out of it, but Hayden now looking to the inside. Can he do it on Heater? And Peters really pressuring Michael Rosero, so it's the opposite of what it was at the start of this race. How does that play into this into the tactics of Michael? Because now it's the opposite way.
Gotta get right into the left rear quarter panel. Gotta get to the inside right now. Peters wants to get by the Michael as quick as he can, so Hayden Lowell does not catch these 2 drivers. As really pitching them off right there.
All fair, all good. Hard racing off of turn 4. Michael with just that advantage, but it's not the advantage you normally would have with these old tires. Peters just sticking to that inside line. This is amazing racing as these guys are just so perfect in this combat. As Peters looks like he's edging in front. Will he clear him as they get to turn 3? Yes, he does. Peters into the lead of Richmond. Here we go.
He was looking for his first win of the season. Looking for the points lead possibly. I don't think if he does win this race, unless Hayden Lowell gets by Michael Rosero, that could also help Peters in the points, and also Hayden Lowell. These are a top 3 right now in point standings.
Yeah, Hayden
also looking for a good point stay.
Yeah, Hayden, this could be a really good point stay for him because I believe he got. Did he get stage points?
Not sure exactly what stage.
Looks to the inside of Michael, nearly contact, but Hayden just stuck his nose down there, made Michael give up the corner. He was just fishing for that move. Now they go off of turn 2, down into turn 3. Michael with just the nose in front. Like, can Keplinger get to that inside? Or not Keplinger, I keep saying Keplinger. Hayden. Now off of turn 4. Hayden's still battling on the inside, but this is losing these guys time. Hayden needs to clear him quickly if he wants to have a chance to fight for that win. There's not much time left. He's going to have to be aggressive off of turn 4. Looks like he's going to be in the best position here. Now they get down. Michael not wanting to give up easy here because he needs these points. Because he doesn't want to have it be a challenge at the end of the season. He wants to win. But Hayden, with just good momentum off the corner, will take him clear. But will he have enough time to catch Luke Peters?
7 tenths back. He has to get about 2 tenths per lap to probably get up to him. That's going to be a tall order. Unless Peters is kind of on cruise control. guessing it kind of is, but it's always fresh tires. So going out, so he doesn't run the foul of the track too much. 3 laps to go. Peter's looking for his first win of the season. All he needs to see is that green flag out.
Yeah, Hayden and Peters have just about equal pace, especially that last lap. He extended his lead slightly, did Peters. So I don't think Hayden's going to have the pace to catch him because they're just so even. I think Peters has got this unless he makes a mistake here. Just got to keep it clean.
Eric Keplinger closing in on Eric Keeter, looking at 4th place position. Keplinger really needs these points in this chase standings.
It does.
And he's won the stage, so 4th place finish will be really good for Eric Keplinger.
Yeah, this would actually benefit him over those top 2 because I believe Hayden even didn't get any stage points. So Michael and Luke only got 4th and 5th. So if he can get this 4th place ahead of Heater, this will be a really solid result for him. Final lap of the race now.
He's gonna put the bumper to the back of him. He moves him up the racetrack.
I think he's gotta, but Keplinger's gotta stay on the inside here. Don't let Heaters turn down into you.
He's gonna give him the bumper.
Oh,
big shove.
Wow!
Up the racetrack.
Big shove. Here goes Peters to change the momentum to his way. Wow!
Peter got barely. Luke Peters wins the race, but Eric Keeter gets that 4th place position over Eric Keplinger as he was spinning across the line. Peters' first race of the season.
Yeah. Peters wins his first race of the season, and this could turn the tides of this championship. With 2 races to go after this, this is what Peters needed.
9th different winner of the season. 2 races left to go. Next we got Michigan, which is kind of a super speedway, kind of intermediate type racetrack with these trucks. But Peters gets it done here at Richmond, the short track. What a day it was. He was probably the most dominant car all race long. Michael had a good lead there for a while, but Peters basically led the beginning. Now, middle, he kind of had the pit right there. They led at the end where it mattered the most. Luke Peters will pull off the win here at Richmond.
I'm interested to see who has led the most laps this race. Will it be Michael or Peters? Because that's more important points as well.
Might be Michael or Zero. He led a lot of those caution laps.
What a finish between Keplinger and Heater. That was unbelievable. It was 2 drivers going at it, just fist to fist, toe to toe. It was incredible.
Now Luke Peters led 51 laps of this race, so he did a race that was. That was a fun race. Probably a little bit too many cautions, but overall that was a fun race with those drivers and with a finish between Eric Keeter and Keplinger.
What a comeback!
What a comeback for Luke Peters. He restarted 8th on 1 point. 30 laps to go, and he gets up to the race lead. Eric Keeter had a good run, obviously.
Yeah, what a comeback for Hayden because he was basically last at one point, involved in a few wrecks, and
probably 3 wrecks.
Yeah, and up to 2nd. Ahead of Michael Rozzero. What an awesome performance.
We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. Top 3. at the beat our top 3 drivers. Luke Peters. Hello, Luke. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
So after you wanted to cancel the race at the beginning of the session, before the session even went up, you lead 51 laps here tonight, and you basically dominate this race. At least, I was looking at the beginning, in the middle, a lot of cautions. Michael kind of led there, but were you kind of worried at the middle there that there was going to be too many cautions for you to get by Michael?
Yeah, I definitely was. We had so many cautions there just in a row. I felt like the new tires would make a bigger difference though. And so once we did get green there, towards the last 15 laps, we went green the whole way, and I was just flying past. Was able to just fly past Michael and Heater because I don't think Michael pit at all since the stage, and Heater with older tires too, so I was just able to fly by them.
Really hope your point situation drew about 17 points back on Michael. Probably be it's probably out. Heading into next week at Michigan, how you think you're gonna do?
Well, I didn't think I would do good here, and I dominated, I guess. So, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's more of a drafting track. So,
I know you've also haven't had good luck on super speedways. I believe, when was your last super speedway ran on iRacing? Wasn't it a very long time ago?
Long 2018 probably.
Yeah, so I mean, you needed a good race today, and I mean, of course, anything can happen at Michigan, but important to just get these points now because it's more of a normal race. Just important to get these good points here and solidify yourself, so in case anything crazy happens in Michigan.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't have a good race at Chicagoland last week. Just kind of struggled in dirty air, and I think I finished 7th or something with damage at the end. So I did everything right today. And I feel like I'm pretty good at Homestead too, the last race. So, we'll see.
But yeah, great drive by you.
Thank you.
Anyone like tonight's one?
Yeah, all my teammates and all you guys for being on the podcast.
That's one first one of the season.
Thank you.
Here's a good second. Had a pretty good night overall. I mean, now from second after holding with bikes there.
I think this brings him into championship contention for sure.
Definitely.
I mean, I think he did well at second at Bristol, I believe, wasn't he?
Yeah, second.
Or no, he was second at where did he finish it? No, he was third at Chicagoland. He finishes second here. If he keeps it clean at Michigan, he can use his usual pace at Homestead to maybe he'll have a really great chance at Homestead. All he needs to do is keep it clean at Michigan, and he could be a real serious championship contender at the same level of Peters and Michael.
See how the points play out tonight. Obviously the stage, see the video, but see how that plays out. Hello, you got a copy? And you got a copy?
Oh, hi. Sorry, hi.
You round yourself out second after being involved in a few incidents in the middle of that race right there.
None of which were my fault for once.
Yeah. I'll give you that. You pitted the same time Luke Peters pitted. What was your strategy going there on pit lane with basically the last restart?
I mean, my thought was we have so little laps left that if I pit, it's not gonna. I mean, we're gonna have time to use the tires, but there's not gonna be time for them to be at a huge disadvantage if someone pitted at a green-white checker and they would lose the track position. So, just said screw it, take the tires. I'm at the back anyway. What's the worst that could happen? And it ended up giving me the mechanical grip I needed to end up getting to P2 and ahead of Michael. I think that'll even us out on points on the day, so that it kind of becomes a wash. I don't lose points to him, but I don't gain. So I'll take it with a couple races left. And second is a really good bounce back for some races I've been having.
So yeah, like we know how good you usually are at Homestead, so that should be a good result for you there. Hopefully, we don't jinx you there. But yeah, I think we move on to Michigan after this. And what's your game plan for that race? Because I know super speedways haven't always been your forte, haven't always played into your hands. So what are you going to do there?
Michigan's interesting because it's going to be drafting for the first few laps of a run, but then tires will wear, and I feel like I'm, top 2 or 3 depending on the track in this league on saving tires. So we'll see what can happen. Michigan, not a great track for me, but Homestead, like you said, is, and I'm really targeting that race to make up a lot of points. If we can maintain kind of at Michigan, not get caught up in a wreck, maybe lead a lap or 2, get a good stage result, and come out at break even on points again with Michael. If we can go into Homestead, and come out of Homestead with even on points or maybe even a points lead, everything goes well. I'm really looking forward to this final stretch of races. So
Because I believe Homestead's the final race. So
Yeah.
if you get the points lead after Homestead, that means you win the championship.
Exactly, So, and I think unfortunately, I do believe Michael has the tiebreaker over me at this point because he has 2 wins to my 1. So,
well, gotta win another race. Maybe you can win 2 races.
If some things my way, we stay out of some problems at Michigan because there will be some. Just based on some names in this league, won't name them. Will Cloud, but I won't name them.
Wow.
We can stay out of some wrecks and maybe steal one at Michigan, and then I think I'm cocky enough to say I am the favorite at Homestead. So
don't jinx yourself. I mean, we've already probably done enough jinxing of you.
but no. This was a great run for the Napa Auto Parts Ford F-150 for Madigan Motorsports. For the Legends Racing League race at Richmond Raceway. Talon, you did a great job with the broadcast as always. Appreciate having both of you put on the broadcast for these races, and I think I covered my bases there.
Yeah, because we would ask you, who would you like to thank for tonight's, great result, your second place. What a comeback. But I think you covered all bases there. So, congratulations.
I would like to thank one more person now that I think about it. My biggest fan, number 1 fan. I love him to death. Tyler Tomasi. If you see this, I love you, buddy. We'll send some merch your way, and hopefully that can satisfy your boner for me. So
yeah, Napa cap. A signed Napa cap.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Okay, well, that was very
Hayden Lowell
interesting.
going full Lewis Hamilton. Wow. You were Fernando Alonso, Lewis Hamilton, all in one
Covering
interview.
like I said, covering all the bases.
Hey, if you can be like them, a little bit more, you might win some championships.
I mean, I do have a league championship. It was Xfinity cars in a league. So I'm not championship-less. I do have more real-life championships than Tyler Tomasi, though. So
I think real life means a bit more than sim racing generally. So yeah, congratulations.
But Tyler, I'm kidding. I love you, buddy. So yeah.
Yeah, congratulations. You are now officially a championship contender.
Thank you very much.
All right, good luck.
We're bringing in our 3rd place finisher.
All right, so I think, we'll have to bring up our 3rd place finisher, Michael Rosero here. Your points leader, I believe, as well.
Hello, Michael. Got a copy?
I got you.
So you staying out on those tires. It didn't work out too well for you. 61 laps on those tires.
Yeah.
Talk me through it.
Yeah, I wasn't playing the pit there, and it was obviously a pretty good mistake. But they also had a lot of ground to make up. I think Peters was like all the way back in like 8th or something, and then he was already in 5th. So I definitely knew I messed up there. But to be honest, if they didn't just keep wrecking in the freaking first place, I think we would be in victory lane right now. But you can't do nothing when these guys I'm not gonna say, but they just, I don't know. It's just unfortunate that we were getting like so many yellows, and that basically screwed my strategy up. So, but still came home 3rd. I mean, it's not terrible, but I would definitely prefer to be in victory lane right now.
Well,
But still got decent amount of points, and hopefully we're still in the championship lead right now.
I believe you would be, considering you still picked up a stage point and still led a lot of laps. I don't believe you led the most laps, but you did lead a lot
No,
of laps.
definitely
You did
not.
get a stage point, and
Yeah.
still third's a solid finish. I mean, how are you? You're usually pretty strong at these short tracks, and that's still a good finish for you. Strategy just didn't quite go your way today. Do you think those cautions hurt you or helped you?
Hurt me, definitely.
Because my thinking would be because more of the races run under caution, they'd have less time to catch you.
Yeah, but it brought Peters and Heater up to the front because they were just wrecking right in the middle of the pack.
True.
It's
And
kind
that
of like
just brought
a
them up there.
Because if they wreck in the back, that's beneficial. But
And
if
I
they
just
wreck in the middle to the
screwed my
front,
race up.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, most of the wrecks were kind of, but
Yeah.
it's just kind of irising things. But
Yeah, it's ridiculous, honestly, overall.
overall, I mean, still you started third, finished third. I mean,
Yeah, it's
you had
not
60 top
terrible.
tires out of it.
Yeah, had easily had race winning speed though the first one
definitely.
because I was like
Peters-
saving.
yeah.
He was probably the one, definitely
Yeah.
probably the top two drivers in that race there. And you guys had a good
Yeah,
battle for the race lead. Race each other clean, no contact, and it was really fun watching you guys battle for the race lead last laps or so. Anyone that can thank for this top three finish?
Yeah, thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. Good job, and thanks to Peters, Bryce, and me clean. And obviously, I'm doing the same. But that was fun racing and while it lasted.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, this is fun, and I think that's it.
Yeah, how do you value your chances at Michigan? Just to extend it a little bit more, but Michigan could be the wild card of these last few races. So how do you fancy your chances there?
I love that track. Really, I mean, I hate it with the next gen cards, but every other card's pretty good except the trucks. I mean, the trucks there is basically like Daytona, but I don't know. I don't know. Michigan's full surprises. So
You've been pretty strong at super speedway races in the past, so I'd say your chances are still pretty good. So, you're still obviously, I think you're still leading the championship. So you just got to keep these consistent results up, and you could find yourself in the ultimate victory lane, the championship at the end of this season. So, would that be your fifth championship in LRL?
I think so. I mean, but Homestead, that's a whole nother story. We are like absolutely like extremely fast at that track with these trucks. Like, won another league championship at this track a long time ago, but still really fast at this track. So yeah, Talon, you definitely remember that. I know. Don't ask why.
But yeah, if you do win, it'll likely be a battle with Hayden Lowell because it's his best track and he's always very strong there. So it could be a very interesting battle there. So good luck, Michael. Yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week at Michigan.
Yep.
That was our third place finisher, Mike Rosero. That's gonna be it tonight. Overall, pretty fun race. I mean, maybe like Michael said, a little bit too many cautions there at the end, but I think overall it was a fun race. Good battles throughout the track, and that's our final short track of the season. So I mean, love short tracks. I guess it sucks for you, but Michigan next week should be kind of a Talladega mixed with like a Chicagoland type thing. So I don't know. It's kind of a very unique track on the schedule, and Homestead right after probably the most unique 1.5 mile track there is. We'll see you guys at the same time. It's Michigan.
See you guys.